Hi folks, it's Kat from All Belong at katsbigqueerpolyworld. Today I'm going to talk with you about a few questions I get regarding being polyamorous and parenting. Hi friends, it's Kat. Parenting is tough work, and parenting while being polyamorous seems extra challenging, but it doesn't have to be. Today I'm going to talk with you about the two most common questions I get about being polyamorous and parenting. The first is, how do we tell the kids? And the second is polyamorous good for the kids? Let's talk about it. I want to start this discussion by saying that there are no rule books for parenting and no rule books for being poly, so there's definitely no rule books for parenting while being poly. Everyone, every family gets to decide what works best for them and their family. I can tell you some tips and tricks and things that worked for my family or that I've seen worked for other people, but ultimately you get to decide what works best for you and your family. Probably the most often asked question I get about parenting while being polyamorous is, how do we tell the kids? I first want to acknowledge that not every parent or family will decide to disclose this information to their children, and that's totally acceptable. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to assume that you do want to tell your children. The how and the when of how to tell the kids varies wildly based on a number of different factors, including age, culture, what the parenting style is, the child themselves, and many, many more. But I have found 3 universal tips that seem to work. Those 3 tips are: number 1, be honest; number 2, keep it simple; and number 3, don't give them any more information than is asked for. This strategy worked for me through the years for a variety of subjects with my offspring, and now that they are adults, I even more firmly believe in this policy. I do think that the most important thing is honesty. Kids hate to be lied to, and they're super smart and super intuitive, and they pick up on things you would never imagine. So they ultimately figure things out anyway, so while you may choose not to disclose certain things, I would definitely recommend honesty whenever and wherever possible. Keeping it simple was a concept that didn't come easy for me initially. I tend to overthink things and over-worry, and I want to make really sure people understand, and because of that, I can sometimes overcomplicate my answers. But here's a time where I did a good job of keeping it simple. When my youngest first found out about polyamory, I simply told them that Mommy believes that the heart can love more than one person at a time, kind of how I love both you and your sibling. And that was good enough answer for them at the time. It kept it simple, and they were happy with the answer. And this leads to number 3, which is don't give them more information than they ask for. And this is where, for me, not keeping it simple led to dangerous territory, because in my effort to make sure they really understood, I might be tempted to overcomplicate answers or give more information than was requested. So I tried very hard to keep my answers honest and simple and didn't give out more information than they actually asked for. Another question I often get asked is polyamory good for the children? And in my opinion, it definitely can be. There are certainly unique challenges that parents who are polyamorous face, but I believe that the benefits outweigh the potential challenges. Parents who receive extra attention and emotional support, as well as help with things like childcare and parenting duties, definitely report feeling less stressed. Kids from polyfamily may be able to experience multiple role models, multiple cultures, races, body shapes, abilities, disabilities, and many other things. They may have exposure to a greater variety of life experiences. Their parents report that their children have higher self-confidence and better critical thinking skills and interpersonal skills. Taking experience from my own life, I have 2 offspring who are now adults. They were exposed to my polyamorous lifestyle since they were preteen age-ish, and I think that they've grown up into people who think for themselves and are kind and don't judge people. I think they've seen a lot of different communication styles, and they have a good respect for many different relationship styles. They've complained to me about things from their childhood, but not about me being polyamorous, so I gotta think I did something right. Right? Thanks for watching. If you found this video enjoyable, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos.